Alright, I'm sitting here, I'm watching a video, and I'm shading this comic that I made for a class, and the amount of procrastination I'm having for recording this is crazy. Usually I don't. I think I just want to draw for once and not record, but I think it also will be good to record this because I'm doing physical art with a pen in the same manner I was doing with a pencil yesterday. This is a comic, right? You start here, you got these four guys. Then they look over here, they see a sword. From the sword, they see them. Over here, go closer, like, what is that? He smells it. He's like, it's a sword for smelling. And that's why he has the nose there. Bro, this sound is so crazy. Okay, stopped. And then he moves the sword over, right? He doesn't know what it's for, so he just moves it fluidly. Slice. Cut his boy in half, bro. And then boom, thud. From the back though, let's see. Pointing that way. Yeah, thud. As they're watching his body. And then the AK is on the ground. And the point of it is like, you already know what's gonna happen when they get a hold of the AK. So that's what it is. It's a commentary about military, in a way. So yeah, that's the comic. All right, so I'm shading, right? I'm over here shading, and I'm realizing it's kind of more of an experiment than anything. I've never really shaded with pen like this on this scale before, like so much hatch marks. I think it gets the point across. I think it's differentiating what you're supposed to look at and what is negative space, and I think it's bringing out the characters and the objects more. But still, it is so tedious. It is so tedious. I'm not enjoying this as much as the pencil, for example, because also it takes longer to get the desired effect, whereas the pencil, you have it there in a few strokes, you know. So maybe I do prefer the look of pencil more than pen for hatch marks at the stage I am at right now, I think. But we'll see. Boom, hatch marks. I don't think this gets shaded because of where it is. That gets shaded. Definitely that. This also might not get shaded, but we'll put it just because. There you go, now you have a gun on the floor. Or I mean, AK on the floor. I don't think this is the sunlight is not consistent in every panel, but it's okay because I don't think it has to be. Remember, this is just experimentation. But that creates a depth of like there's a floor there or something, you know? Definitely a floor. And then we'll do the same thing with these people over here. They'll cast that kind of shadow. I'm not gonna do shading on them because I think that would be too much, too confusing. It's definitely very meditative, 100%. See, I'm doing these different methods where I'll do these hatches, like X's, to create the darkness in the forest. Or I'll do like this, or I'll do very straight ones. And I'm not sure what I like the most. but we'll see it when it's a finished thing. I think the closer they are, the better, because it just looks more clean. And you can also vary the depth of the shade here. Let's zoom in, you know, and you make it darker the closer, the farther away it is from the light, it's darker, because light will wrap around and still will be kind of light here, but deep in the center this should be completely dark, you know. So the same with the shadow here. This part would be the darkest up until here, but that takes a lot of going back and back and back, you know. So yeah, it's a cohesive picture, and I think the scale is pretty good. You know, it does it gets the point across pretty convincingly. That the AK is far away from them, and then they are looking at it from a distance. I think we do good in that field, that area. Zoom right there, and then we're going to do a little bit darker there. Do definitely darker over here. I wonder if you guys can hear the outside as much as I can right now. You probably hear it even more than my voice, I would imagine. That's just how the camera's good at picking up the sound. We're just trying to make the tree look as, you know, convincing as possible. Yeah, I think that's good. You need to curve it. Show the curvature of the tree, like that. So that means this would be shaded also. This would be massively shaded. Little grass. Yeah. There's just one more panel that I don't want to do. I'm probably going to save it for later, but I shouldn't procrastinate it. So I'll have to do it. I just probably won't record it. No, I'm going to record it. I'm going to record it. It's a cool panel, but it's just, still the perspective is what gets me. You know, there's still things, that's the biggest challenge for me as a drawer, as an artist, illustrator. I'm gonna leave some of the trees white just to create the contrast. But definitely the perspective, like Kim Jung-ji, I was watching some of his videos, crazy. He's just like masterful with it. Like this, I think this looks like a pretty good scene, actually. But he was like, draw crazy, you know what I mean? And that's like, he said after 10 years of mastering just the body and then drawing 20 years, like, you know, you get crazy with it. This does look pretty good though. I think this is pretty decent for a pen drawn comic in one day. Yeah. And for the size, what is this? A 14 by 18 or something, 21 or something? Let's measure. Okay, 17 by 14. So 14 by 17 comic for class. Yeah, it's good. See, that's the one. There's just gonna be a lot to do with the 0.3. So. Okay, I was being a little bit over dramatic. It took me like 3 minutes to do that. And it's not the best, but I think it creates the contrast and the depth that I needed to match the same overall of this. I don't think I was too big of a fan of the composition of this one compared to the comic of the clowns. The clowns comic I really enjoy. This one is kind of like just on the spot, did it for homework, did it for classwork. I still like it. It's not that I dislike it. I like the story too. I think it's good. I like the characters, but it's definitely not like the same passion as the clown. I don't think anything will be. But you can see it. It's also experimental, so there's that to take into account as well. But I think it's a good comic overall. Yeah, you can tell that that's the legs now. And then he has like a weird tumor here. And I definitely fed into it with the shading. That was supposed to be his kneecap, but his kneecap is here, really. Doesn't matter, though. I think it looks... It adds to the goofiness of it, because they just become squares at this point. I'm just too lazy to draw perspective. Also, didn't really know how to... I like this one because it looks like there is explosion. But it's just that. And this I think this is my favorite panel. Just because it looks really finished. The last one and the first one. I think I draw better, maybe bigger. Also, I like these two. Okay, it's better to say which one I don't like than which one I do like. So I like all of them except this one. That's what I'm realizing. But it's a good comic. I like it.
Open up the good book and what does it say? I tell my brethren, pay attention now when time is gon' late. Heavy on your mind, roll that spirit, flesh in your soul.